Welcome to Enlightened Study Point.
Hello everyone, welcome to Enlightened Study Point. আজি আমি ক্লাছ 10 জেনেৰেল সায়েন্সৰ চেপ্টাৰ 6 লাইফ প্ৰচেছ এই চেপ্টাৰৰ কুৱেশ্যন আনচাৰ আনিছোঁ পেজ নম্বৰ 95, 101 আৰু 105। তো ভিডিঅ'টো ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰাৰ আগতে মই সকলোকে ক'ব বিচাৰিছোঁ যে মোৰ চেনেলটো ছাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰি দিব। নম্বৰ 1 দি আছে, why is diffusion insufficient to meet the oxygen requirement of multicellular organism like human? Multicellular organisms like human have very big bodies and require a lot of oxygen to diffuse into the body quickly in order to meet the oxygen requirement. Diffusion is a slow process which will take a lot of time to circulate oxygen to all the body cell. Because of its slow nature, diffusion is insufficient to meet the oxygen requirement of multicellular organisms like human. Number 2 di ase, what criteria do we use to decide whether something is alive? The main criteria we use to decide whether something is alive or dead are the event of life process. These fundamental life process include nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion, control and coordination, growth and reproduction. If this process occur normally, then the organism is considered living, because in the case of non-living organism, this process do not take place. Number 3 di ase, what outside material used for by an organism? The outside raw material is used by organism for food and oxygen. Raw material requirement varies on the complexity of the organism and the environment as in living. Next, number 4, what process would you consider essential for maintaining life? Life process such as respiration, digestion, excretion, circulation and transportation are essential for maintaining life. Next, question 1 di ase, what are the difference between autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition? The difference di ase, number 1, autotrophic nutrition ki hol no? Organism prepare its own food and is not dependent on any other organism. Heterotrophic nutrition ki ase, an organism that does not prepare its own food and is dependent on other organism for food. Next point di ase, food is prepared from carbon dioxide, water and sunlight. Food cannot be prepared from carbon dioxide, water or sunlight. Next point di ase, chlorophyll is required for food preparation. Efine di ase, chlorophyll is not required for food presentation. Next point di ase, green plants and certain bacteria have autotrophic modes of nutrition. Efine di ase, all animals and fungus, most bacteria have heterotrophic modes of nutrition. Number 2 di ase, where do plants get each of the raw material required for photosynthesis? Number 1 point di ase, carbon dioxide is obtained from the atmosphere through stomata. 2 di ase, water is absorbed by plant root from the soil. 3 number di ase, sunlight is essential raw material for photosynthesis. Nitric acid are obtained by soil by plant's root. Question number 3 di ase, what is the role of the acid in our stomach? HCl present in the stomach dissolve food particles and creates an acidic medium. In an acidic environment, protein digestion enzyme pepsinogen are converted into pepsin. HCl in the stomach also has a protective barrier against many disease causing pathogen. Number 4 di ase, what is the function of digestive enzyme? The digestive enzyme perform certain important function that includes the breaking down of complex food molecule into simpler food molecules that can be easily absorbed by the cell of the body. These enzymes also function as a biocatalysts that increase the rate of reaction and thus accelerates the rate of breaking down of complex food. These are various digestive enzymes present in the body such as pepsin, trypsin, amylase, lipase, etc. Number 5 D আছে, what is the small intestine designed to absorb digested food? The small intestine has small projection called microvilli, which increase the surface volume, making the absorption more effective. Within the villi, there are numerous blood vessels that absorb digested food and carry it to the bloodstream. Blood transport food to each part of our body. Next number 1 দিয়ে আছে, what advantage over the aquatic organism does a terrestrial organism have with regard to obtaining oxygen for respiration? The advantage terrestrial organism have over aquatic organism in the amount of oxygen present in the surrounding. Terrestrial organisms have air in the atmosphere that surround them, making it easy for them to breathe, while in the case of aquatic organism, they breathe the air which is dissolved in the water. Thus, the amount of oxygen present in the air is much more than the amount of oxygen present in the water. Number 2 দিয়ে আছে, what are the different way in which glucose is oxidized to provide energy in various organisms? In the cytoplasm, glucose is first broken down into 3 carbon compounds called pyruvate by the process known as glycolysis. Further breakdown take place in different organisms by different process. Diagram to আছে. Number 3. How are oxygen and carbon dioxide transported in human being? Oxygen and carbon dioxide are transported in human being via the bloodstream. Oxygen is carried to the cell, whereas carbon dioxide is carried away from the cell. The exchange of gases take place between the alveoli of the lungs and the surrounding blood capillaries. Oxygen is absorbed by the blood capillaries from the lungs alveoli by diffusion, while carbon dioxide is absorbed by the lungs alveoli from the blood capillaries by diffusion. Number 4 দিয়ে আছে, how are the lungs designed in human being to maximize the area of the exchange of gases? The lungs are an important part of the body. The passage inside the lungs divides into smaller and smaller tube, which finally terminate in balloon-like structure called alveoli. The alveoli provides a surface where the exchange of gases can take place. The wall of the alveoli usually contain an extensive network of blood vessels. We know that when we breathe in, we lift our ribs, flatten our diaphragm, and the chest cavity become larger. Because of this action, the air is sucked into the lungs and fill up the expanded alveoli. The blood brings essential carbon dioxide from the rest of the body and supply it to the alveoli. The oxygen in the alveolar air is taken up by the blood alveolar blood vessel to the transported to all the other cell of the body. During the normal breathing cycle, when air is taken in and let out, the lungs always chartain a residual volume of air so that there is sufficient time of oxygen to be absorbed and carbon dioxide to be released. তা আজি ভিডিঅ'ত এইটা কুৱেশ্যন আছিলে। নেক্সট ভিডিঅ'ত এই চেপ্টাৰৰ বেলেগ এনচাৰ্ছবোৰ আনিম। ভিডিঅ' চাই থাকিব। ভিডিঅ' চাই ভাল পাইছে যদি লাইক শ্বেয়াৰ আৰু ছাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰি দিব। ধন্যবাদ।